Welcome back to Insights. Today we have Matt here with us to talk about the force of Moses and Passover. Matt, can you tell us more about how we can draw the force of Moses to us?
Of course, Rob. We can draw the force of Moses by connecting with each other through the qualities of love and bestowal. This is possible through mutual annulment and a common desire to come out of the control of the ego. We need to invest as much energy as possible to reveal the power of Moses.
And how can we organize ourselves according to this power?
We need to organize ourselves more and more according to the power of Moses. Wherever the force of Moses leads us, we must follow. This is why Moses is called the faithful shepherd who carries out the Creator's command to bring the people of Israel out of Egypt.
That's fascinating, Matt. Can you tell us more about the force of Moses and how it works?
The force called Moses is always in front of us, ready to pull us out of our ego. We have to yield to this force and let it lead us out of exile. This is a big transition to rise above the control of our ego and advance toward the land of Israel under the full control of the will to bestow.
And what about Pharaoh? What exactly is it about Pharaoh that scares Moses?
Pharaoh is the fundamental force of nature, the general ego of all reality, and there is nothing bigger and stronger than that. There is nothing more disturbing in nature than what we have to face, and Moses is very aware of it. He knows that he does not have the power to fight Pharaoh.
So, how does the force of Moses work between us?
The force of Moses brings us closer together. It is the connecting force between us, namely the force of love. This is called the force of Moses. Through it, we can get closer to each other and rise above our ego, which is the exodus from Egypt.
And what can we do to reveal the force of Moses in our 10?
We need to reveal this very special force, the force of Moses, in our 10. We need to be so close to each other until we feel as one man in one heart, until there is no space between us and no distance in our thoughts and feelings. This is what we are presently preparing for, to reveal the force of Moses in our 10, especially during this Passover.
So, could I say, Matt, that this force called Moses is a force of love?
Exactly, Rob. The force of Moses is the force of connection between us, which is the force of love. Through this force, we can come closer to each other and rise above our ego, which is the exodus from Egypt.
So, how can we reveal this force in our 10, Matt?
We need to work on our connection until we feel as one man in one heart, until there is no space between us and no distance in our thoughts and feelings. It's a process of mutual annulment, where we nullify our egoistic desires and put the common desire above everything else.
And how can we develop this mutual annulment and common desire?
We can do it through different spiritual practices such as studying together, working on dissemination, and performing acts of kindness towards each other and towards the world. We need to invest as much energy as possible in revealing this force of connection, and we can use this Passover as an opportunity to do so.
That's a great insight, Matt. Can you tell us more about the significance of Passover in this process?
Sure, Rob. Passover marks the exodus of the people of Israel from slavery in Egypt to freedom in the land of Israel. It symbolizes our spiritual journey from the control of the ego to the control of the will to bestow, from separation to connection, from darkness to light.
And How can we connect to Passover in a meaningful way, Matt?
We can connect to it by understanding its inner meaning and by practicing the spiritual actions that are associated with it, such as the Seder night and the reading of the Haggadah. These actions are meant to awaken our desire to connect and to reveal the force of Moses among us.
It sounds like a beautiful and meaningful event. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today, Matt.
It was my pleasure, Rob. Thank you for having me.